intent-based rating system is basically largely the way the rating systems are working in India. Basically they tell you about what is the certain amount of percentage saving that is there done on the baseline, over and above the baseline, and that is how the most of the green rating agencies are giving the certifications.
This would be a very complex ask. If I said that, I'm giving you $10 million for this in this company because you're going to do green construction, but I'm going to penalize you after 5 years if what you've invested in does not show the appropriate results. It's very difficult to imagine that as a possibility. So while I think it's a real issue, and the scientist will say that you must have a performance-based approach because that's the real proof after all. After 5 years to see whether, produce the data to show how much water you've saved, how much electricity you've saved, and how your materials are fared. Let's have all that. But I would say that let's cut all that short. Let's not complicate things further. There are 3 or 4 essentials, especially when you talk of affordable housing, which you simply mandate at municipal regulation level. Insulate the roof at least so much. Provide external shading by these means. 4 options given. Give this U value for the external wall depending on the climatic region you're in. 3 things or 4 things. Ensure ventilation. Put aided cross ventilation as a requirement, that there should be a fan or something that will move the air across the house. 4 things mandated in municipalities. All right. If you meet the mandate, you met the basic requirement. You are eligible for the loan. You don't have to go through all of this. But if you want to get a further enhancement, right, as a company over a period of time, you monitor your performance, and if you show good performance, then you can get another 0.5% rebate on your capital interest, on interest on capital.
That is still in question. That data needs to be collected. Also, I think Lall Sahab is right. Let's mandate it, but let me tell you, all the codes are recommendatory in nature. Okay, I come from a field of disaster management. I am an earthquake engineer. Despite of our best of our efforts, you just can't book a person if he doesn't put enforcement as per the code. So mandating, but it has to be mandated. For mandating, supply, demand, there are a whole lot of other things which come into play when we talk about these things. So in code, what we have done now, earlier all standards were prescriptive in nature. Prescriptive in nature means you go to a doctor, he prescribes you a medicine, and you don't question him. You just take that paracetamol or antibiotic. Now slowly we are changing those codes to performance-based. So in green rating system also we should bring in, instead of saying that use this water tap, use this, let's make it performance-based, and let's create a framework where we can quantify these water saving you are talking about, wastewater recycling you are talking about renewable energy and those kind of things. So those things need to be quantified so that it makes sense. Technologies, time-tested technologies, transplant them in our country and make use of those technologies. So in 2019, what we did, we organized a global housing technology challenge. Okay, global housing technology challenge, and the challenge was given to all the global players who are into construction, who are the technology providers, that do we have construction systems which can help build maximum number of houses in minimum time and minimum cost. Okay. And maximum number of houses, that was the tagline, maximum number of houses in minimum time and minimum cost. And of course there are riders like without compromising structural and functional performance. And when we talk about functional performance, we talk about, Lall Sahab knows more than me because he was given a project where he has categorically tried to assess the sustainability aspect of all these technologies. So that challenge was a huge success. It was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister, and through that challenge, we identified 54 new innovative construction systems. So I would like to tell you the difference. We talk about materials. Materials is cement, aggregate, bricks and all those. Here we are talking about construction system. Construction system is nothing but the skeleton, like a skeleton of our body. Similarly, the skeleton of a building or of a structure. Okay, skeleton means, or a construction system means, this is the system which carries the load of your building safely to the ground beneath. Okay, so through that challenge, we could identify 54 new construction systems, and then we brought out a lot of publications, compendium and all, but we didn't stop there. Ministry thought that let's showcase them by actually building houses using these technologies. Then only it will make sense. Otherwise, you give something you conducted a challenge and you said these are the good technologies for the country. That will not make sense unless we experiment, unless we do the pilot ourselves. So under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, we did these, and we called these projects as lighthouse projects. As all of you know, what does lighthouse do? So we thought these lighthouse projects will throw light on future construction technologies. Okay, so we started these 6 lighthouse projects under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Basically, a lighthouse project comprises of 1,000 houses for EWS. It's a social mass housing project under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, and 1,000 houses with all amenities, services, and all those kind of things with green features, sustainability. But the main emphasis was to showcase the construction systems which we shortlisted through that Global Housing Technology Challenge.
In my lifetime has just vanished. So it is not you can say a very trouble situation, enjoying the kind of comfort here, but the outside is very, very challenging time for us. And many of you know that the carbon space in the atmosphere that we have is almost for a 10 to 12 years. If we are serious, we believe that science is correct. But if we can live in denial, that is our choice. But that is the kind of fact that we are in. And the building is one of the things that we will be living. So we have to have at least, the space where you are living with the heat wave Dr. Lall mentioned about, the heat islands and everything. We have to have that level of, we can't adjust to these rapid changes in the climate, temperature and so on. So I think building is very, very important, and the whole Bureau has done a larger analysis of emission. India has committed that we will reduce the emission intensity of the economy to 45% from the 2005 levels. In that calculation, building sector has to respond to about 25 to 30% of that load, the burden. So building has to become more efficient, more resource efficient, more energy efficient, and more carbon, you can say lean in terms of carbon. So these all, we are there.